What if I told you that the most spiritual thing you can do today is nothing? I know that sounds wrong. It sounds lazy. It sounds like the opposite of everything you've been taught about being a good Christian woman. But stay with me. What if the exhaustion you feel isn't actually from doing too much? It's from caring too much. What if the tired isn't physical? What if it's spiritual? Can I tell you something that might change everything? The woman who can't stop, the one who always is serving, always giving, always showing up, always holding it all together, she's not the picture of faithfulness we think she is. She might just be the woman who's forgotten how to receive. Hey, sweet sister, welcome to Stirring Hearts. If you're new here, I'm Lori Adams, and this is a space for women like us, women who love Jesus, but sometimes feel completely worn out by the weight of trying to get it all right. And if that's you today, if you're tired in a way that sleep just doesn't fix, I want you to lean in because Jesus has something to say to you. Let's go to Matthew chapter 11. And we're going to be starting in verse 28. Jesus is speaking, and here's what he says. He says, "Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." Now, I have read that passage dozens of times, and for years I missed something. I actually thought Jesus was talking to people who were physically tired, like farmers, laborers, people with hard jobs. But look at who he's actually talking to. He's talking to the religious people, the ones trying to keep the law, the ones carrying the weight of getting it right. Labor, that's spiritual striving. Heavy laden, that's the weight of religious performance. And Jesus looks at these worn out people that are trying so hard, and he says to them, "Come to me, I'll give you rest." Not try harder, not do more. Come, rest. Sweet sister, he's not inviting you to a nap. He's inviting you to a new way of living. I used to wear my exhaustion like a badge of honor. If I was tired, it meant I was working hard for God. If I was overwhelmed, it meant I was available. I told myself, I'm just busy. I have a lot going on. But somewhere along the way, busy became my identity. Anybody can relate? And I remember sitting in my living room one morning, my Bible open, my coffee was actually getting cold, my phone was buzzing, and I realized I couldn't remember the last time I actually rested in Jesus. Not just sat still, not just scrolled my phone, but actually stopped striving and let him hold me. I'd been reading my Bible like a checklist, praying like a to-do list item, serving like my salvation depended on it. And God, in his kindness, whispered, "Lori, you're not resting in me. You're performing for me." That completely wrecked me because I thought I was being faithful. I actually thought exhaustion was the evidence of devotion. But Jesus says the evidence of devotion is rest, trust, and abiding. Listen, that's not laziness, that's surrender. See, the world tells us rest is earned. You work hard, then you rest. You finish the list, then you rest. But the kingdom of God flips that mindset on its head. In Matthew 11, Jesus doesn't say, "Oh, finish your work and then come to me." He says, "Come to me while you're laboring, while you're heavy laden." Rest isn't the reward at the end. Rest is the posture from the beginning. Somewhere along the way, Christian women started believing holiness meant always serving, always smiling, always being patient, always emotionally stable. But that's not holiness. That's burnout. with a Bible verse attached to it. Resting in Jesus doesn't mean you stop doing. It means you stop striving. You still serve, but from overflow, not emptiness. You still give, but from abundance, not depletion. You still show up, but grounded, not grasping. So, what does this actually look like? What does it mean to rest in Jesus when your life is full and your responsibilities are very real? Well, 3 simple exchanges. Write these down. First, exchange the checklist for a relationship. Stop treating time with Jesus like a box to check. Sit with him. No agenda, no Bible study to finish, just you and him. 5 or 10 minutes a day. That's where rest begins. Second, exchange I should be for he is. Every time your mind says, I should be more patient, I should be more faithful, I should be doing more, stop. Say this instead. He is patient. He is faithful. He is enough. Rest is remembering who he is when you forget who you are. And third, exchange your burden for his yoke. Jesus said his yoke is easy and his burden is light. That means whatever is heavy right now, the pressure, the striving, the constant feeling that you're not doing enough, that's not from him. Take it off. Put on his yoke instead. Oh, this isn't about hype. It's not about performance. Remember, this is all about transformation. Sweet sister, maybe you've been carrying something Jesus never asked you to carry. Maybe the weight on your shoulders isn't calling. It's pressure dressed up as purpose. And maybe, just maybe, God is inviting you right now to stop, to breathe, to let him hold what you were never meant to hold alone. Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. That's not a suggestion. That's an invitation from the gentle and lowly King Jesus, who sees you, really sees you, and loves you exactly where you are. Listen, if this stirred your heart where you are today, share it with a sister who's tired too. And if you want more encouragement like this, subscribe, join us. We're meant to walk this journey together and not alone. May our hearts be stirred by God's truth, shaped by his love, and anchored in his promises. And again, sister, remember, you are never alone.